Welcome everyone to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Phillip. What's up, Phillip?
I
What's up, Hayden?
Good evening.
All right, what's up, dude?
Oh, not too much. I just thought it'd be a nice chance to jump in on some topics, see what's going on in the world of pop culture and film and television. I was gonna jump in to do some like Doctor Who chat, but like I thought I could do it here as well. So like just everything,
Okay.
as it's so called. I was reading into these articles about Chibnall and Whittaker leaving after Series 12 because I know you mentioned it the other day, but I hadn't read into it yet.
Right.
So I just read into it now. And look, from what I can see, it looks like it's pretty accurate.
Oh, you don't think it's a rumor? You think that's going to happen?
Oh no, I think it's legit.
Really?
really?
I trust Doctor Who TV 100%.
You're being sarcastic.
No, I'm not.
No?
I've been reading that site for about 10 years now, and generally, from what I see, when they themselves say that things are happening, it generally happens.
Okay.
Now, the Mirror, I don't believe as much, but there are like sites like Gallifrey Base and all that are reporting on this too, like Outpost Gallifrey.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a couple other sources going around about it as well,
Hi,
saying
Sally.
Hello.
Hey,
so,
Sal.
they're saying that people at the BBC are like, yeah, Chibnall is like, he's an angry man, like.
Wow.
Nobody's enjoying this experience whatsoever.
Whoa.
It's apparently a wreck.
Really?
And yeah, apparently he just didn't want to take the job, but he got conned into it. And
Okay.
now he's sitting here going, oh my god, like, this is so much harder than it is from an outsider's point of view. So it's almost as if we took the job, how we'd feel, going, oh shit, this is so much harder than I thought. And apparently he's just like, nah, do not want to do this.
So, like, he's making everybody miserable or no?
Well, no, I think him and Jodie kind of walked into this expecting it to be like Broadchurch, where they'd have a tight-knit cast and everything. But then they're realising there's so much more overheads at the BBC who are telling them what to do, how to do it, and what needs to be in the show.
Yeah.
And I think that there's not as much creativity, and I think it's hard because the show is a little bit more mature for its fans, except it's not as exciting, which is hard because its primary audience is younger people. And it's not exciting enough for the younger people, whilst not being exciting at all for older people, because it's very cookie-cutter, basic plots that aren't very mentally stimulating. However, they're not deep enough to the point where it could be like, yeah, this is for adults, because you're only getting surface-level plots, and it's trying to please everyone, but in reality, it's actually pleasing no one.
Right.
Wow.
So, you know what I mean? So, like, instead of doing something silly for kids, they're going, let's do something that's not as kiddish, but they can't go into the depth or the kind of dark, levels they want to get into it because it's only primetime family television.
Right.
So they're just really, like, just walking a line and not going into things as deep as they should. And because of that, we're not actually getting the fun monsters and kind of tongue-in-cheek nature of the show.
So, what exactly is the BBC implementing Chibnall to do?
They
That
want more episodes. I think the BBC want a full series out. But Chibnall needs time, like Moffat, so it's just looking like another Moffat all over again. Chibnall needs time. The BBC are like, we want a full series out, and Chibnall's like, no, I can't be bothered. If you want a series out, I can give you 6 episodes for next year. And they're like, all right, that's a compromise. We'll try to get a new team in place for when those episodes are done. And if those episodes are, if we can't find a team by the end of 2019, we're going to need you to finish the rest of Series 12 in 2020.
so a split then, you think?
Well, it's split until they can find another production team to take over. And if they can't, then it's going to be a split. But if they can, then it's going to be Series 13 separately from these 6 episodes in like 2021. So 2020 is looking like it's going to be a shambles.
Right.
It looks like there's no outcome of this where we get a full series until 2021.
What?
Because by the time the new team's in place, it could be the end of next year, which means they're not going to head into production until the start of 2020 on a new
Right.
series.
So what do you mean these 6 episodes are not even... Because we heard that...
Yeah, 6 and a Christmas special, because they're really pissed about Christmas, which I heard you talking about. I wasn't sure if it was their decision to do it or not, but from what I'm hearing is that they wanted it to be Christmas, but he's like, nah, I've got no ideas.
That's so stupid, though.
That's so dumb.
You know what I mean? So...
I mean, if you could do a handkerchief monster episode, you could wing a Christmas special.
Oh, they could wing anything. And the big problem is that I think the ratings are fine. Like, they're fine. They're better than Capaldi's were. Like, Capaldi's were really low. He was getting like 3 to 4 million an episode towards Series 9 and 10, which is really bad. You know what I mean? So, it's doing better. But, like, they were launching this, like, they thought this was going to be like Stranger Things of the BBC. Like, it was going to be like a cultural phenomenon again, like it used to be. But it just hasn't hit that level. And obviously, it's hard because it's been going for so long to try to get new audiences in. You know what I mean? It's hard to get new audiences in to be addicted to it. But at the same time, you're not doing anything to keep your old fans interested either.
Right.
You're actually keeping the old fans on board because it's trying to be new and different. And it's not pleasing the young kids because it's not exciting enough. And it's not pleasing the older fans because it's not... It's not Doctor Who enough.
Yeah.
And it's not pleasing new audiences because it's not a fun, gripping show like a binge-worthy show with one plot that goes for 10 episodes where you're kind of gripped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all in all, there's not much there at all. Like, what are we watching for?
You know, I could have thought a quick Christmas special they could have did. They could have did that they went back to Earth, and Graham does not want to, you know, like I mean, I don't know. You guys celebrate Christmas over there or what?
Yeah.
I mean, so like Graham didn't want to celebrate Christmas because his wife died, and he's all like bah humbug about it. And they take Graham on an adventure, like to get the Christmas spirit, you know, and to try to cheer him up, you know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they could have had Jodie take Graham back in time to see her, you know, so that way she can get him with the Christmas spirit without altering the timeline.
Yeah.
You know, like she could say to him, "Look, if I die, I want you like this," and then like you know they go back to the present and celebrating Christmas, like different things. You know, I mean, there's so many things they could have done for a Christmas special.
Yeah.
That I mean, it's unlimited amount of ideas. I think they just don't. Maybe Chibnall just doesn't have the Christmas spirit.
Well, I mean, I think the foundation was already there. I think you've got Yaz's family. That's a Christmas dinner scene right there. I mean, you've got Ryan and Yaz have a relationship building. And then you've got Graham, who doesn't have any family left. So it would have been, I think Ryan and Graham, it could have been about them two learning to be family, because that's all the family they've got left on Christmas. I think it's a pretty easy idea, if you know what I mean.
Right.
It's probably the most simple idea you could ever have come up with.
They could have, you know what, they could have had, like, while the companions have their Christmas, Jodie show up at Coal Hill School and see Ian Chesterton. And I thought you were going
to say she shows up naked going to church, but she's actually going. Remember that?
No. They've done that, unfortunately. No, but like she shows up to see Ian Chesterton. Maybe he's in the hospital. Maybe he's whatever, and she, you know, wants to visit him. And then next thing you know, a lot of companions that she's had over the years, like she bumps into, you know?
Well, it could have been something as easy as, it could have been a story about grandparents and grandchildren. You could have had Ryan and Graham connecting, and you could have had the doctor trying to find her granddaughter with Susan coming back one last time.
You could have ended it where Graham went back to work and came out of retirement, went back to work as a bus driver, and then in the end he picks up, you know, Bernard Cribbins,
Yeah.
Wolf, and it would have been like a cool ending,
The reality is that they're gonna lose an opportunity here because Carol Ann Ford doesn't have many years left in her. And one day they're going to turn around and they're going to say, "I wish we got to use Susan."
I know, that's what I hate. Like,
And
why
they're
don't you
going
just
to
do it
waste
now?
the opportunity. Like they're going to waste it, like Moffat wasted bringing back Elizabeth Sladen one last time when he clearly could have done it. He could have brought back Sarah Jane one more time, but he didn't. He chose not to, and that's why we never got a proper goodbye. We didn't even get a rest in peace Elizabeth Sladen title card.
No, not at all.
Ever.
No.
Ever.
I think according to Russell T Davis, he wanted to make it like she never dies.
Yeah, well, fair enough. But we should at least respect the actress's passing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just felt that was a huge slap in the face. That was. You know what I mean? It's just like
I agree.
It really, really disappointed me. Of all the people that deserved a rest in peace card, it was her. She was the longest running companion, really.
And she never got anything.
Really, that's just one of the things that really ticked me off about Moffat, his ego and how he wouldn't do things because it didn't fit into his idea, so he just wouldn't do it, even if people were demanding it.
Right.
If the audience demands something, you give it to them, unfortunately. That's the reality. Because that's, you
right.
want to please your audience, you want to keep them coming back, well, then you do things that they ask you to do.
Yeah, and they learn to appreciate you for doing something like that. But
yeah, exactly. And I just think that was the biggest problem with Moffat is that he had so many opportunities to do these things. And it's like he was treating the story like it was so precious, like no one can touch this because it'll be silly. But it's like Doctor Who is silly. It is. It's fun and it's silly and it shouldn't make sense. And the whole point is that once one episode's over, it's over and you can do something different. That was the whole point of the show. So things like bringing back classic Doctors and that, it's like you should be doing these things. Like you shouldn't be using the 50th as an excuse to bring in new fans and say almost this is about inviting people in for 50 more years. No, you're celebrating 50 years of the first episode of Doctor Who. You're not celebrating the 50 years in the future. You're not celebrating David Tennant, which was 3 years before. You're celebrating 50 years of the show, as well as 50 years since the first ever episode. So the fact that there was really no nods to the original season, the original episode, that just shows how out of touch he was with the show and how he didn't respect it. Like, if it's the 50th, and it's not, because it hasn't been 50 years since the 10th Doctor. It hadn't been 50 years since the Time War. Like, the Time War wasn't a plot in the first episode. If the Time War was a plot from the original episode of Doctor Who, it would have made sense that the 50th wrapped that storyline up. However, that was from a plot that was like 9 years earlier. So, the 50th should have had Susan Foreman and Ian Chesterton in it, like 100%. But where were they? Well, they weren't invited because they were too old, because he didn't want them there.
That's honestly messed up.
No tribute to...
Only when he wants to have somebody appear like Peter Davison does he do like his thing, but only if it fits his plans. Like he doesn't bend for anyone.
For the 50th, where's the tribute to Sarah Jane Smith? Like one thing in there.
Nothing.
Where's Captain Jack Harkness in the whole show over the last 8 years? Where is he?
I don't know.
I get it if you wrap his character up, it makes sense. But in these days with Marvel and stuff, in the current society we are in, people love callbacks and nostalgia and putting things together and having these big, these big crossover events. That is what today's blockbuster society is built on.
Yeah.
And Doctor Who started that. It's Doctor Who that did that first. It's episodes like, Bad Wolf, and it's episodes like the Army of Ghosts and Doomsday, and it's episodes like Stolen Earth and Journey's End that kind of started the whole thing about bringing together all these spin-offs and stories for one epic event.
Yeah.
And that was before Marvel's Cinematic Universe started or anything. And I'm sure they've been doing it for years before, but in terms of this day and age, in this television society, I think Doctor Who was really the first to really introduce the idea of the big climax being a, series-long arc ending in something big.
Yeah.
It kind of brought it to the forefront. I mean, it had always been there, but Doctor Who made it popular and it made it cool again. Like, Doctor Who made the idea of a showrunner popular. There was no such thing as a showrunner.
They invented the name showrunner, really.
They did.
So let me ask you a question. Here's the situation. Chibnall leaves. Nobody in the UK wants to do it. Yeah. So do you have an American go work in the UK and become a showrunner? Or Australian or whatever?
I don't care what race you are. If the whole point of Doctor Who is that race doesn't matter, why does everyone have to be British on it anyway? If the whole thing is about being
right, if the BBC is about diversity,
be British.
Right.
Every writer is British. Every director is British. Every actor is British. So
that's not diversity.
Spit political correctness out and all these racism messages when just because you have you look Asian and you're British, you're still a British person. So
right.
why can't an American Asian write for the show? You know what I mean?
Where's the diversity there, BBC?
It's diversity in terms of how you look, not diversity.
It's diversity according to the way they like. As long as we all run everything, all us British people, that's it. Yeah. That's diversity. We got black British, we got Asian British, and we got pepperoni British. Why not? No, you know what I mean. But like seriously,
I think Doctor Who could really benefit from Netflix right now. I think it's run out of time on BBC.
I do not agree. I think
I know you don't agree.
No, because you know what it is? That's the safe thing. Because you feel, there's no time limit to do the episodes. They could do it at their leisure. They could pop out a season, and then people are going to binge it. Now, honestly, with all the stuff that we come up with, right? Why don't they have a showrunner that doesn't write the episodes, but pitches stuff to them, but he's just a manager? Why don't they just have a manager? Like a showrunner, an actual showrunner that has the time to be a showrunner without writing the episodes himself. Like, just manages the whole thing.
This is what I said to you on Saturday night. I said they should have a head producer and a creative head separately. Two separate entities. Completely separate jobs.
And if Sherlock could have 2 or 3 showrunners.
Yeah.
And Doctor Who has 1, if they're complaining about it, then have 2 showrunners for Doctor Who.
Yeah. And I mean, why are there no female showrunners? Why is it only males running the show? But they're all about diversity, but everyone behind the scenes is a male.
Right, damn it.
But, we had last season, we had Rachel Talalay direct the finales and whatnot.
Right.
And I mean, this season, we haven't had as much diversity, I don't think. And, yeah, I've got a lot of opinions on this. But what I was thinking is that the thing about BBC is, how the BBC licensing works is that the public pays for their television licenses, which funds the BBC. And depending on views and whatnot, that's how they allocate their money, depending on how popular things are. And they get their money from the public. That's the thing with the BBC. You're always going to have Doctor Who in the same studio with the same budget. It's never going to grow. If you've got someone like Netflix...
Well, now we have differently, though. Now we got money from China, though.
Yeah, we do.
And it has changed.
Think about a different... Think if someone like... I'm not saying what happened. Think if someone like Disney gets Doctor Who. It's like, fuck it. We'll just throw as much money as we can and see what happens.
Yeah, but look what they did to Star Wars. Come on.
I love it. I don't think it's anything...
Yeah, what are you, crazy? Come on.
Yeah, but come on. Everyone hated the prequels. Everyone hated them. Everyone hated George. And when Force Awakens and Rogue One came out, everyone was screaming that they loved it to death. And then
Last Jedi came.
Yeah, but see what I mean? It's one movie. And then we've got Solo.
There's no such thing, one movie. That's an episodic movie.
Yeah, I know, but Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones were episodic movies too.
But still!
They were terrible. They were terrible.
You mean Luke Skywalker drinking alien breast milk? Good.
I know.
And trying to kill his nephew in his sleep.
Yeah,
where he was all about, I sensed good in you, father. Like, when did he change to be a grumpy old man punk ass? Like, when did he become that?
I mean, we could get in this debate all day. It happens all the time, but like...
No, but seriously!
You know, I think...
This is what Rian Johnson went to Luke Skywalker, because this is the Everything Show. He goes to Luke Skywalker, listen, forget about what you know about Luke. You're a dick. I got a beard. That means you're an asshole. And you got to kill your nephew, and you got to put on the puss face like that. That's what you got to do. And in this scene, you got your face like this, and you go like ah, and then you got to stop. You know, and it's like wait, what do you mean? And you're like yeah, and then you get messed up, and you get beat up, and you're underneath the rubble, and then you're groveling, then you got your ass kicked. But then you're like, you don't go save your sister because you don't give a shit about your sister. You don't give a shit about your brother-in-law. You don't give a shit about the whole rebellion that you fucking fought for fucking decades. You don't give a shit about anybody. You just want to sit on a planet with these like creatures and things and look at a rock and drink breast milk. And there you go.
I know your opinion.
But send out a map
I'll never be able to convince you otherwise.
But send out a map that you have Alzheimer's and you forget what the hell that you set the map out for in specific locations that you leave with R2 at one and then the other one. Just do that.
I think the issue with, in my opinion, like what they did with Luke in The Last Jedi makes sense because I think it's J.J. Abrams' fault that Luke was on an island gone anyway. He shouldn't have ever been there, and that's J.J.'s fault. So if Rian Johnson's sitting there, he goes, I think what Rian Johnson thinks is, do I make Luke look like a coward who abandoned everyone, or do I make it that he cut himself off from the Force so he actually doesn't have any way of knowing what's happening?
No, you make it that he went to look for a book and all the books of the Jedi teachings so he can learn a thing or two about a thing or two because he saw a vision of the future where Kylo Ren is worse than Darth Vader and he kind of got a little diarrhea about it. He's like, oh shit, I need to find the Jedi Temple. Because we're fucked.
He did have that vision, though, because when he stood over him, that's what he saw. He saw.
But they need to show, hey, no, he didn't abandon everybody. He went there specifically to learn the stuff. And then that's it. Not that he abandoned everybody, but no. And then he don't even want to train her. But I guess she got the fucking... She watched Jedi training on YouTube on Fast Forward or something. And she just knows how to lift a rock. It's like, wow. What the hell happened there?
I know I'll never be able to convince you otherwise. I get it. But in my opinion, I thought that it worked.
Yeah, it worked all right. Kylo Ren's ready to push the button. He's like, that's my mommy. I can't kill her, but I can kill everybody else. And it's like, wait a minute. You just stabbed your father and threw him over the friggin' thing. What the hell are you talking about?
Where they're going with that character, though, and yeah, I know.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, like, oh my God, because they just don't respect women whatsoever. Because if the guy takes his shirt off and he has like abs, it doesn't matter that he killed Han and he was an evil bastard. It's because he looks good without a shirt. She's like, oh, put your shirt back on. And I'm like, what the hell is this? What am I watching? Like, you're a guy writing for a woman that you have no idea, but yet you're trying to praise women. So you're like, oh, let's let Leia fly through space. Like a freaking superwoman. It's amazing. It's amazing. And then let's take the intelligence away from Poe Dameron, make him a stupid idiot, yet he was super intelligent in the first movie, but let's just make him dumbass. And, you know, Finn is already dumbass, so let's make him double damn dumb on him.
Was he that smart in the first movie, though?
No, not really. But now they made him even more stupid. No, not even more stupid.
He shot at Kylo and got himself captured within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh shit, I forgot you can't leave Captain Phasma out because J.J. Abrams will flip out. All right, put some nice lighting, make her talk. There's Captain Phasma.
I
No
won't
fucking
lie.
reason.
Just because I like the movie, like, I don't think everything's perfect about the movie. You know what I mean? I don't think it's perfect at all.
There's nothing perfect about the movie. There's nothing even good about the movie.
There is so much in any Star Wars movie. There is so much stupid shit in
God.
every Star Wars movie. Like,
What kind of speech was that? At last, the Jedi must end. Those are the only motherfuckers that can stop the fucking Kylo Ren and Knights of Ren or whatever the fuck you want to call them. Let's
Yeah.
let the Jedi end. No, asshole. Sorry. And why the fuck would you...
The Jedi are useless though. Like, they didn't even sense one Sith Lord in the prequels at all. One Sith Lord killed all of them.
Because they were fucking arrogant. Their ego. It was ego, though.
But that's what happened. I think the exact same thing. That's what Luke said when he was going on about the legend of Luke. Luke developed the ego over those 30 years. And that's why it was, by the time he actually looked in Ben's mind, it was too late. He had already turned. So he looked at him and he had that
But
moment.
no. See, here's the thing. I think Snoke made him think that...
No way. No, Ben was gone. We know how evil
He
Ben
wasn't.
is.
You heard Kylo. He said, "Oh, you know, my friggin' uncle was gonna kill me and shit." That's what made him turn.
So you reckon Snoke was in Luke's brain?
Yes.
Well, then that works, doesn't it?
What the? Jesus Christ! Like,
if Luke's being manipulated, then it works. And it's the exact same shot. Like, the camera is the same angle. When he held the saber at Ben, it's the exact same time in Return of the Jedi he had Vader on the ground after he cut his hand off.
the whole thing is they don't know what the fuck they're doing, because this is what they do. Force Awakens is A New Hope, and Last Jedi is Empire. And hey, we need to go running around in trees at Jungle Planet because we got to do Return of the Jedi over in Episode 9. And they're not doing any fucking... When they do try to do original shit, makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Hey, let's get the Belmont Stakes or the Aqueduct like the prequels with horses, but they're not horses, they're fucking creatures. And let's have a kid with a mop, because that means he's a slave. I mean, like, what the fuck are we doing here?
I think, yeah, there's things in there like... There's shit in there like Canto
There's just
Bight.
shit in there, basically.
That was stupid. But
Let's just get... You know what it is? They went there for no reason. Ooh! Look at this planet. Look at this planet. Ooh! I can put that in Battlefront 5.
The actual story, though, like... The actual main story, Kylo and Rey, that's been the same the whole time.
There is no story. They ain't getting it on. They don't like each other. It was... Listen. There is no story. People were trying to make... Like, they were trying to make, like, Poe Dameron and friggin' Finn. Like, they were gay and shit. Like, they wanted that shit like that. Like, no, I'm sorry. They're not gay characters, but they need gay characters. Let's just make them that way. You know? Remember how they did that trend? They're like, we don't have enough gay characters in Marvel, so... Iceman, you're gay, and you're gay, and you're gay. Yay! Right? So they did that. But, like, no, Poe Dameron's not gay, and no, Finn's not gay. So there you go. And then they just do stupid shit. Like, people just want to believe stupid things. First of all, nobody addresses anything about Poe Dameron being Force sensitive. Like, oh shit, when, like, Kylo Ren was, like, doing the Jedi thing, he was resisting it a little bit, but nobody fucking says anything. And because Kylo Ren is so fucking egotistical, he's just thinking he's being a dick. He's not realizing that he's resisting a Force fucking, you know, interrogation.
He's not Force sensitive.
Yes, he is. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. And Finn might be fucking a late bloomer, but he's Force sensitive too. Look at the shit that they said fucking Laura Dern. She had fucking Force powers and shit. When the fuck did they establish that? You're supposed to guess because she has a different hair color or some shit? Like, what was that about? What was that about? Why are you saying that after the movie's over? Like, what? So I can go see it again? That movie was fucked. That movie was so effed up that, like, I mean, holy shit, man. Talk about the characters acting like nothing they're supposed to. First of all, Leia had no damn training, right? So what are you saying? Like the whole time that they were just nothing. You didn't know what was going on. She just trained to be a Jedi without being a Jedi. Nobody does that. First of all, you don't say, "Hey, you know what? I want a caramel macchiato light without sugar." So she's saying, "Yeah, you know what? Jedi Master, I want to learn how to use the Force, but I don't want to hold a lightsaber, all right? And I don't want to get into any battles. So if you just train me that, nobody fucking does that. So the fact that she's going to learn the Force to be a fucking like Superwoman flying in space, but she's not going to do fucking anything, doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Okay? But yet she knows the Force more powerful than fucking anybody. And then Rey too? Oh, wow. That's incredible. Fucking Rey can do shit and Luke's like getting scared and shit. Like, what's that? What's up with that? But then she's nothing compared to Snoke. Because then they watched the fucking what was that movie? The fucking where the aliens were abducting people and they did let's use that pose where backs almost breaking. Like Snoke snapping it or some shit. But yeah, like Kylo Ren kicked his ass. It's like, and that's another thing too. The moment that happened, that action figure was $1.99. It's like clearance. You just fucking wasted the whole shit. Like, first of all, you know how hard it is to sell an old guy in a gold robe, a little deformed? Not easy to sell that action figure as it is. Okay? An old guy, shriveled up alien in a gold robe. Like, if Goldmember was like 700 years old from Austin Powers, it would be Snoke. But, I mean, basically, that's what it is, right? So now you kill off the main threat in like seconds. It's like, wow, what a great movie that is. Come on, dude. Come on.
I loved it.
Okay.
9 out of 10.
Jesus.
It's my third favorite Star Wars film.
Well, get ready for time travel, buddy. Because that shit's happening next.
No.
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Oh, I guess you didn't hear.
Yeah.
I guess you didn't fucking hear.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You want to hear this shit?
Please, no.
Okay. We got the guy that plays the greatest fucking hero in the universe, the Doctor. And he also played the fucking most evilest bastard in the universe, fucking Charles Manson. Well, not in the universe, on Earth. And now he's gonna fucking supposedly play the fucking Emperor and shit. In fact, they're thinking, oh, let's do that time travel thing where we open up fucking shit and we can pluck people out of fucking places. So let's get fucking the Emperor when he was young and shit. He'll pop in there. Be like, what the fuck's happening? I don't like your face, Kylo Ren. Shit's gonna go crazy. Darth Vader's gonna get plucked out of the past. Luke's gonna get plucked out of the past. Luke's gonna be like clean shaven and shit, wearing white. Like, what the fuck happened? It's like, oh, clusterfuck. What are we gonna do now? Oh, let's erase Phantom Menace. Jesus.
I don't want to say anything because we're like live.
I can't wait to see your face when they do fucking time travel.
No,
I can't fucking wait.
Because we're like live on air and like, you know, like corporations and shit. But
corporations?
I do actually know what happens in the whole movie.
Of what?
9.
Oh, you do?
Literally, I'm not even joking. I actually know the whole movie. And I don't want to say anything. But the Matt Smith thing, it does work when you know what the climax of the movie is.
Don't tell me he's Ray's brother.
No, I don't tell you anything. But
is he Ray's brother?
You just said don't tell me he's Ray's brother.
No. The climax of 9 is
a setup for 10, 11, and 12.
There is no 10, 11, and 12.
Oh, there is.
Not yet. There's nothing.
There is.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Is Matt Smith's character justified in 9?
That's a stupid question.
Yes.
Of course he's justified.
No, I promise, I do. I know what's going on with that, and I like the Matt Smith character, whoever he may or may not be.
Okay.
Was Matt Smith character the one with the mop?
No.
All right, thank God. But all right.
That kid's not in the movie at all.
Okay.
No.
We're in a time jump. We're doing a time jump.
There's going to be a time jump. There's going to be, I don't want to say that they're super weapons, but there's going to be 2 things.
Yeah, the the artists formerly known as the Rebel Alliance, now known as the Resistance, have a super weapon.
Well, if you know about the Force Awakens deleted footage, now I'm not saying anything.
I know about it.
There's an entire subplot with a Resistance super weapon, and that is all the footage they have of Carrie Fisher.
I know that.
So it's going to come to, if you know, like, the whole theme of the trilogy being about the balance, more or less, if you do the math, there's going to be a ceasefire at the end of the movie, and it's going to end in a peace negotiation like the Phantom Menace.
Oh, fuck that.
And the whole thing is going to end with, if you know, the first movie was about, because that will reveal who he is. Okay, I'm saying too much. Okay, so just say a certain boy left his mum at the end of the first movie, Phantom Menace. It's about a boy leaving his mother. This is about
Anakin.
It's about a man returning home to his mum. That's what it's about. Kylo is
gonna go to Leia, and she's gonna live at the end. She's gonna be in the last scene.
She's gonna live at the end, yeah.
It's gonna be like that. Kylo Ren's a good boy now.
There's a 0% chance they're going to kill every Skywalker off.
Right.
And Rey
is related to...
Rey is a reincarnation of a character you've seen from a previous trilogy.
Oh, don't do this reincarnation shit.
Back up. Say that again.
Going to be like, it's not going to be like in your face. It's going to be subtle, but it is there. The evidence is already there if you watch The Last Jedi.
She's going to be a reincarnation of what? Anime?
Padme.
I just said that.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's not a 9 spoiler. That's in there. That's in the last 2 movies.
No, get out.
Then that's disgusting.
There's a reason why.
That's disgusting that she wants to get it on with her grandson.
No, because it's not her grandson. He's actually Anakin.
Oh, stop.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
why do you think... Where's Anakin's ghost? There is no ghost.
There was a ghost.
He's still alive.
Now? Who?
Anakin.
Where?
He's in the movie.
In
what?
You are so...
No, I'm not.
I'm not trolling in half, dude.
Hey, if I threw the plot of The Last Jedi...
David Tennant is the 13th Doctor. You fucker.
Hey, I got that. That was close. I was fucking close.
Close! Fuck out of here, alright. But come on!
But...
Come on!
If I pitched The Last Jedi to you here, you would call me crazy.
Okay.
If I sat here and said to you, this is going to be episode 8, you would say, you're fucking crazy, get out.
Yeah, because episode 8 sucked.
Yeah,
that whole thing.
Like, I know the ideas sound nuts, but because of, like, reading all that, that's why I think 8 works more.
Can't they just undo 8?
Well, it's a kind of a waste, like, if this is meant to be the last film of the series.
It's not, but okay.
They're gonna
I heard that Disney stepped in and said, cut the shit out.
It's got to be the end. George planned for this to be the end from the beginning.
I know.
So
they want billions of dollars. It's not going to be end.
But not for now, anyway. But they can't jump straight into 10 if they even wanted to.
They already gave her a contract for 10, 11, and 12. Because remember how she spoke out? She's like, I'm done with Star Wars. Then they knocked on her door like the next day and like, here's millions. Okay, I love it. Yeah, she signed her. She signed already. She signed for 10, 11, and 12.
She doesn't have a relationship with Disney as good as you'd think.
I didn't say Disney.
No.
I said Lucasfilm.
Like, I think they're pretty pissed at Rian Johnson as well.
Well, they surely have a funny way of showing it. I thought they gave him 3 movies.
Yeah, but that was just.
Well, who's pissed at him, Disney or Lucasfilm? I don't think it's Lucasfilm. Disney.
I don't know enough about that situation, but I do know that JJ is not a massive fan of him.
Right.
I know JJ is not happy, but
bring back Phasma, yo.
I know the raised parents thing was actually JJ's idea.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Simon Pegg says it wasn't. Simon
Pegg's full of shit.
Oh.
What does he know?
I guess he knows J.J. Abrams more than he knows Ryan Johnson.
No, but Daisy Ridley said that was what she got told from day one. Like, why would they change something so significant? It doesn't make any sense.
Because that's stupid. Here's the thing of why it doesn't make any sense. You can't just say somebody that has no connection to the Force all of a sudden becomes the strongest Jedi ever. They already established midichlorians and all this other shit. So she's got to obviously have parents that have the Force abilities. Like, you can't just do that. And then it's so weird how there's supposed to be some type of uncanny connection with her and Han Solo.
Yeah,
like
I think
almost as if like that's her father too.
I do agree with you that there was a lot of weird connections there.
And maybe her mother was the one from Solo movie.
Nah, that makes
That
makes no sense because she's like 10 years younger than Kylo. You know what I mean? She's like 10 years younger than him, so like, there's no way Han went back to Kira 10 years after Leia. Like, it's just like, the problem is that there's so much toxicity in the fandom. There's so much bullshit rumors everywhere. No one actually can get to the source of anything they read anymore. No one can actually get any facts out because it's just so much shit posted everywhere. That's just anything anyone can think of. And it's like, Disney, like, what they've actually said, all they've really said about anything is that it's their fault that Solo flopped. And that...
They definitely fucked up that. Totally. Yeah. And Lucasfilm was telling them, put it out, delay it, no. Advertise it, no.
And you like Solo.
I did, but here's the thing. I did like Solo, but
yeah,
there's certain things I didn't like. I didn't like his, like, giving him the name Solo. That was stupid.
Yeah.
I didn't like that Darth Maul. I mean, it was cool that Darth Maul was there, but he didn't need to be. I mean, that's like a thing that George Lucas probably wouldn't do if he did a Solo movie. You know, like, you're trying to be a corporate entity like Disney, trying to tie in everybody you can. Let's make money for an action figure. Oh, Darth Maul. It's like, come on.
But it was awesome. Come on.
That was, but it was like, come on, motherfuckers. Come on.
I know. I love debating.
What kind of shit is that?
I love debating because, like, what's the point of anything if everyone has the same opinion? You know what I mean?
That's true.
Right. Then Yoda fucking having, like, being able to fucking blow up shit.
I thought it was a bit out of the blue, wasn't it?
Why don't you just tag Darth Vader when you're dead and shit?
That's what I think. I agree that the ghosts shouldn't be given that much power.
They shouldn't have any power like that.
No. They shouldn't at all.
They're just supposed to be there, like, not even, like, anything.
There's a good thing to mention in The Last Jedi that's going to set up 9 quite well is... Remember what this is a good one. Remember I told you years ago, I said what Episode 8 should be is a whole thing about Finn trying to save the stormtroopers?
Yeah.
Oh, that's coming back. Don't worry.
Who the fuck cares?
I think it's a good plot. It's a good wrap up.
How is that a good wrap up? You know how many fucking stormtroopers they fucking killed?
No. That was stupid how we started blowing them up in Force Awakens.
He's blowing everybody up.
But
he wants to save the stormtroopers. He didn't give a shit when he was blowing their ass up. You gotta save them? I gotta save the stormtroopers. Why don't you just go save the whales instead? What kind of shit is that? Save the stormtroopers.
If you're a writer,
come on.
Writer and like you're in that sort of position, like if I was sitting there and they're like, "What do you want to do with these characters to make this story good?"
I would all of a sudden have all these fucking Star Destroyers show up. And it's the fucking Empire. And they've been fucking so far out there. They had no fucking clue, like, any of this shit. And they just fucking destroy the whole First Order because they're like, who the fuck are these idiots? It's like fucking running the shit.
What year were you born? What year were you born?
74.
Yeah. That's the same year my dad was born. And he has the exact same fucking opinion and ideas as you. The fucking
Empire and the fucking Rebel Alliance. Not this
everyone who was there. Everyone who was there during the originals. I think you guys
Why don't you just put the fucking Nazi swastikas are up and just stop the bullshit already? It's not the First Order. It's a Nazi fucking empire there. Stop it. First Order. Cut that shit out. Get rid of those motherfuckers.
I think the thing that like most Star Wars fans can agree on is the fact that because there are so many Star Wars fans and so many different parts of Star Wars that everybody likes, I don't think you're ever going to satisfy everyone with anything you do, ever.
Who cares?
No,
do it right. Fuck, I don't care. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care if anybody likes The Last fucking Jedi. Fuck that. If I was in charge, that should be over. That should be wiped. That should be done. Like, anything that I didn't fucking like, I would... The same thing, like, look, these fucking people, even Doctor Who, right?
Yeah.
You have the nerve. They're doing a book signing with fucking Russell T. Davis and Stephen Moffat. And they asked them the stupidest fucking question.
Yeah.
Who would you love to have come back in Doctor Who? You know what the answer should have been? The answer is like, I was the motherfucking showrunner, and I brought back every fucking body that I wanted to come back. But no! You actually had the fucking response from Russell T. Davis and Stephen Moffat say, man, I really wish we could see the Sea Devils. Well, why the fuck didn't you fucking redesign them then? When you were fucking doing it, right? So I hate bullshit stuff like that. Because it doesn't make any sense. Like, either the egos are going and like, I'm a fan, and I should not have my opinions as a fan doing an episode. Bullshit! Bullshit! If you're a fan, who fucking cares? You do what you want to do, okay? If I took over Doctor Who tomorrow, fucking Susan would be in the next fucking episode with Ian Chesterton and shit.
That's what Rian Johnson did.
What?
Whatever he wanted.
Exactly. And it wasn't... I don't even know what the fuck he was watching. If he was watching this... Maybe he had to go to the bathroom when the key parts happened when he was little of the fucking Star Wars movies.
Look, you know that I think Canto Bight was fucking awesome. I love that
What
shit.
the fuck?
I love that shit.
Why?
I'm getting high watching all these
Get
fucking
the fuck outta here.
people. I'm
You
watching
get-
this. I'm watching
What?
BB-8 as a slot machine.
Shut
BB-8
the fuck out of here with that
I'm
shit.
loving it. Now. Did it fit in the movie? No, not at all.
Absolutely not.
But if it was just this little short film, I would absolutely
Fuck out.
lose my shit.
Holy shit.
That music, when that music came on for Canto Bight, I was literally losing it in the cinema. I was crying. I thought it was the best thing I've ever seen.
What the
Because, I
fuck?
don't know, it
What the fuck with that
reminded me-
scene with Finn and fucking Phasma? Like they're fucking arch enemies for fucking 50 years and shit.
Hey, there
You're a
will never
fucking
be-
stormtrooper.
We can say all we want, but there will never be anything as bad as Jabba's palace from Return of the Jedi. That is one of the worst sequences ever.
Jesus.
It's terrible.
That was
Those
terrible.
fucking Twi'leks licking Jabba and being thrown to the Rancor and the
Oh,
stupid
shit.
band that. Now, I bet they sent Rian Johnson back in time to direct that.
Shit. Oh,
Do you
God.
reckon Rian Johnson's like the biggest troll of all time?
I don't know. You know what? He just gets me angry. Just the mention of his name. Like,
Do you
I
think
just...
he was like, what The Last Jedi is? It's a commentary on Star Wars. It's literally Mark Hamill was playing George Lucas, right? Now, just listen to me. Just listen to me. Star Wars, the lightsaber is Star Wars, and George Lucas is Luke. After the prequels, he walked away and said, "Fuck this, I'm done." Someone tried to hand it back to him, and he goes, "No." He throws it away, and then someone else takes the lightsaber and is like, "I can do it better, the same as Luke." So Rey goes to Kylo, like, "I can save him just like you did." So they go there, it fails. The lightsaber breaks in half. Star Wars shatters in half like the fandom. He literally was spelling out what was happening to Star Wars that whole movie. The lightsaber is Star Wars. He was literally saying that Star Wars, he was going to destroy the Star Wars fan base.
Oh, he destroyed it, right?
Yeah.
He fucking
And
split
Canto
that
Bight,
shit.
what's the bet? Because if I was like him, a secret genius, what I would have done...
Secret genius?
Yeah, he's a fucking genius. Like,
oh, yeah?
No. Not saying that, like, the movie's perfect, but he knew how to piss people off. He knew exactly what to do. Because if you look at Canto Bight and that whole sequence, it's not any less silly than all the stuff with the droids in the originals or the stuff with the weird creatures. It's the same.
Right.
But he knew that the Star Wars fans didn't think Star Wars should be like that. Because George Lucas said it in 1999. There's an interview I'll send you. He says there's a portion of the Star Wars fan base who thinks it should be like Terminator and like The Lord of the Rings, but it's not. It's silly and it's made for children and there are weird creatures. And I think Rian Johnson went, you know what? I'm going to put the silliest creature thing in there. That's exactly like the originals. And he said, I'm going to do this just so I get a reaction out of the fans to prove to them that they will not like that sort of stuff.
So in other words, he don't give a fuck about sales. He just wants to be a dick.
He literally
But
just wanted
I always want to piss people off because I'm the biggest he's the biggest troll there is, right?
I think he just wanted to prove that the original Star Wars movies, like Luke, were not the legacy that they always claim that they live up to.
I don't agree with that. I just think he's a fucking idiot. Yeah. I don't think he likes Star Wars like I like Star Wars.
But when he talks about the legend of Luke and everything and how it was just a legend and it's not as good as you remember it or think it is.
Because he's an asshole.
Is he right, though? Like,
no, he's an asshole.
I love Star Wars more than anything on earth. But I'll admit that if I bring like a girl home, I've got a girlfriend, and I show her Star Wars, I'm sitting there the whole time going, oh my God, this is really dated now. This really doesn't live up to what it used to be.
You and I, let me tell you something. I don't think that way at all.
Yeah.
I watched that shit.
And again, what I said is like, amazing. You're my dad's generation, whereas you guys are like, yeah, I don't know, it's just like the 70s.
It's weird calling me like a dad, too. When I look so young and sexy and exuberant. Now, I'm in my 20s, but anyway. I just lost like 100 subscribers.
It's a good conversation, I think, because I really like, and this is my point. You're going to disagree, which is the good part. I like that one movie has caused so much conversation and argument. I love that because in this day and age, once you watch something, you forget about it and throw it away, and you never think about it again. Everything these days.
Who does that? I don't think that way.
So many people, kids these days, they watch like a 10-second meme and then they never think about it again. They move away. Like, there's so much stuff out there.
Their attention span is so short. It's like crazy.
You're right, exactly. There's so much out there to watch. Like, as soon as people watch Avengers, they've forgotten about it in a week. Like, every Marvel movie, you like it when you're watching it, but the moment you leave, you've forgotten about it. And I think... not me, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Not you. I'm talking about society as a whole. I'm talking about the whole society.
Right.
What I enjoyed about The Last Jedi is the fact that when you left, it made you mad. And you didn't stop thinking about it because everyone just wanted to argue about what they thought about it. And we're still talking about it a year later, as passionately as when it came out. Are we still talking about Justice League a year later? A movie that was actually, like, The Last Jedi is a movie that people disagree with the decisions in it. But Justice League is actually a terrible movie. It's actually terrible. And nobody talks about it. It's been forgotten because it was so...
Because it sucks!
It sucks! Yes.
Completely!
Oh, shit. It's terrible.
Why would you put a fucking... First of all, when I was younger, there was no fucking Cyborg. Who the fuck is that? There was no Teen Titans and none of that shit.
Batman flying around with a gargoyle.
Batman's like fucking Iron Man. In fact, I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, I remember when WWE was WWF and there was a wrestler called Blackjack Mulligan and he used to fucking like make people's face bleed and fucking Mick Foley and fucking Terry Funk used to Brandon Iron people.
Something's definitely bleeding.
Like, what the fuck?
I want to hear Phillip and Sally's take on Justice League. You know what I mean? A year later, how the hell are you feeling about this movie?
I don't feel anything about it. I watch it once and never watch it again.
Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, there's so many movies that you literally watch and just forget about now. Like, it's nice that a Star Wars movie at least got people talking about Star Wars in some degree. At least we're talking about Star Wars. Like,
no, but there's a difference. Let me explain. There's a difference between
Yeah.
Justice League and Star Wars.
Yeah.
There was no Justice League 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah.
8, 9, 10. It was just fucking Justice League. So
Yeah.
people forgot about it because there was nothing before that of Justice League, right?
But at the same
This is
time,
the eighth. I mean, come on now. Of course, people are gonna get pissed because this is like
but
the
what
fucking
about the Hobbit? What about the Hobbit?
What about it?
Everyone forgot about that as soon as it came out.
Yeah, do you remember walking around the block? No. So what's the difference?
No, but do you remember The Last Jedi?
Oh, I remember Last Jedi.
Do you remember Solo? I don't think you do as well as
I
you
remember Solo.
I don't really remember it as well as I think.
I only see it once, first of all.
Yeah,
Solo.
see? I mean,
So that's
like,
not. No, I don't own it, but I would buy it
How many times did you watch The Last Jedi?
once.
No way.
Yes, and that was it.
What if you love it a second time?
No, I won't.
What if you do?
No,
You got to be open-minded.
I am open-minded. It sucks.
I'll make a deal with you. I'll make a deal.
You know what? Let me tell you something. You know what sucks?
Watch it
Wait.
again.
You know what sucks? I did not fucking like Spider-Man Homecoming, right?
Yeah.
And I'm the biggest fucking you just ass Spider-Man fan too,
Oh, I
right?
hated that movie.
Right? Wait. So like I went with Sharon, and I'm like, and I don't talk in the movie theater. I'm like, what the fuck? He's locked in a fucking van. He's crying like a bitch. He's locked in a warehouse. Oh shit, he fucked up in the ferry. Oh shit, the vulture's making fun of him like, hey, don't do that. What the fuck's happening? This like training course, training wheels, Spider-Man. Like what the fuck? So I fucking hated, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want it part of my collection. And Joe, like, Dad, you have because they like everything I like. Because I got them into everything. So he's like, no, we can't have this. He bought me Spider-Man Homecoming to have in my house. So just to have it.
I hated that movie.
No, but it's like, so like he wants me to have Jet Lasso. I do. I don't, so here's the thing.
I will.
Justice League.
I will.
Remember that scene? Wait, remember that scene in Justice League where like fucking Superman comes back and they're ready to battle him and shit.
Yeah.
And they're standing on the thing and they're like, yeah, we're fucking big. We have a history. We have no movies together, but we have a history. We're the Avengers and shit. Like, no, you're not. like they know him for a million years, which they never really fucking been together, like ever. So how the fuck is he gonna know who the Flash is, or fucking Aquaman, or fucking Cyborg? And he's looking at him like, who the fuck are these motherfuckers? Oh, I remember this woman briefly, but it's like, really?
I mean,
you know how hollow that was, how empty that was.
It was terrible,
right?
But like,
and then like, hey, Clark, and the cop's like, Clark Kent, Superman. Oh shit! It's like hello, and then he's calling Aquaman. Like, no secret identities, no nothing. No, it's all right.
I'll never try to make you like The Last Jedi. I know you hate it. I accept it. You are allowed to hate it. Like, I just would say, watch it one more time at least, and I will watch series whatever it is of Doctor Who. I'll watch the next 3 episodes.
Oh, fuck that.
If you have to lose 2.5 hours, I'll lose 2.5 hours as well.
Shit.
I'll watch episode 5, 6, and 7.
See, that's not fair, because I do want you to watch Doctor Who, though.
Yeah.
That's not, and I probably, just to get you to watch Doctor Who, I probably would watch. You fucker. Yeah.
I'll get it. But you actually brought up an interesting topic, because let's fucking rip on Spider-Man Homecoming for a second.
Oh, fuck.
Let me tell you what, I know you've read more Spider-Man comics than me, but I grew up with every form of Spider-Man movie, animated series, comic, video game. My biggest problem with that whole movie is not only Spider-Man is not Iron Man Jr., that doesn't make any sense, it's stupid. He does not have the personality of Peter Parker at all.
He's just a kid. He has the personality of a 15-year-old, not like, hey, listen to this guy. Hey. It's like, but he's not. It's like,
but he's just a kid. Like, there's no Peter Parker-ness about him at all.
You know what kills me too? Like, we have in all these movies and shit, right?
Yeah.
You don't mention that Aunt May knows that he's fucking Spider-Man, like, not once, like fucking 3 years. Like, did somebody forget? Like, that was a big moment, right?
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck, right? Oh yeah, I pack an extra pair of underwears before you fight Thanos, okay? Yeah.
You know how you have like this. You've got like this image of Star Wars that I keep talking about.
Right.
I have that same image of Spider-Man.
Oh, me too, though.
That I will always be negative towards newer versions because Tobey Maguire to me is the definitive Spider-Man.
If they announce next week that Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, James Franco, friggin' William Dafoe, and fucking Alfred Molina, shit.
Did I tell you that I woke up one morning like having a hyperactive like heart attack because I had a dream that Spider-Man 4 was coming out, and I woke up crying in a ball of sweat. I was like, oh my, because in the dream it just felt so real. I was like, oh my god, like that theme tune started, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it.
Dude, I wrote a whole thing, right, where I was like, because I don't want to believe like Doc Ock said, right? So I said, movie opens where that whole fucking reactor comes out of the ocean, and it's fucking Doc Ock, but he's in a different universe. And that's how you do Shattered Dimensions or Spider-Verse or some shit. You have Alfred Molina in the universe of the MCU. Fucking Doc Ock.
I wrote like full almost scripts for Spider-Man 4, 5, and 6. And I
Mysterio, Bruce Campbell, holy shit, that would have been fantastic.
I thought that it was so obvious where you would go with number 4.
Right, they would get married probably by the end.
I think that they would realize in that movie, because it would kind of start, my idea was like, you'd start a 3-movie arc, basically. You'd start a 3-movie arc that would be its own new trilogy. And it would go through Peter and Mary Jane in the end, just to let you know, in the end, they would end up together.
Right.
But after Spider-Man 3, I think there would be this understanding of this relationship's too toxic right now.
Black
Cat comes into it, yeah. That's what I think needs to happen. And I think that the Lizard would have easily been the villain in that film. Easily. It would have been the Lizard. Because that's what they were building up to in the last two with Kurt Connors.
He was gonna appear. They were slowly building him up.
Yeah, I think 4 you need to do it. And I think what I would have done, because my favorite part of the movies isn't the Spider-Man stuff, it's the Peter Parker stuff. It's the real life New York kind of Peter Parker.
But you could have did after he was married and everything, you could have did the whole thing how he became claustrophobic because Craven Hunter burying him in the coffin. Like you could have had him fucking go through that trauma of being fucking buried alive. Because like the way it is now, he cannot take close quarters now. He can't because of that one thing, So, and that comes out whenever they have certain comics, like he's afraid he's claustrophobic because he was buried alive,
Well, what I thought would have been good too is like, I would have liked to have done a reverse of Spider-Man 2. So, the whole thing in that is that he doesn't want to be Spider-Man anymore. I would have done a whole thing where his life as Peter Parker is just too much for his mental health, and he literally gets on a high as Spider-Man. He doesn't want to be Peter Parker anymore. He doesn't understand.
Well, that happened in the comics too, actually.
Yeah, so that's what, because I was looking into a lot of that stuff, and I was thinking
there was that thing he just didn't want to be Peter Parker for a while.
Basically, he gets on this high with Black Cat, and they just start going around having a ball. There would be a whole thing, with the music, like how there's always that segment in the movie. Yeah. There would be the music scene where it's a montage of him going around having a ball.
Right.
And the Lizard's in there. And I can't remember. I need to find where I actually wrote down what happened. But the whole idea was that you'd start building towards Sinister Six at the end of Spider-Man 4. And Mary Jane would be, you'd start the movie off where you'd have, remember the billboard in number 2 where it starts with her on a billboard?
Right.
You'd start the film panning out of the billboard, except it would be her with a family. And it'd actually be because she moved on to being a film actress now. She's living in LA as a film actress for a while. And Peter Parker's alone. Aunt May dies in the movie, and she reveals that she finally knew he was Spider-Man. And that's the point.
Well, that happened in the comic.
Yeah. It's the point where where she reveals that she knew that he realizes he doesn't want to be Peter Parker anymore when she dies. He's got nothing left in being Peter Parker. So he just keeps being Spider-Man. And that would be the rest of the movie until you get to the Lizard, where that's that I don't want to ramble on about it forever.
Right,
like, the point was it was going to be one villain with Black Cat with a more human story for once, like number 2. It should have been a mirror to number 2 after 3 was so crazy.
Yeah.
You should have really
I'm actually praying that Alfred Molina is in Far From Home.
It'll never happen.
Well, wait. And he's the one that hires Mysterio to steal Stark technology, and he forms the Sinister Six at the end. Because if you could have Mark Hamill as the Trickster in the 90s Flash, and then Mark Hamill in the current Flash as the Trickster, you could have Alfred Molina as this universe's Doc Ock also.
Well, what do you think the chances are that in this animated Spider-Verse movie that we actually hear Tobey Maguire's voice at some point?
See, I don't know, because that whole thing is his world, right? That's the movies of Tobey Maguire, right?
Well,
because they're showing everything.
He seems too much of like an arrogant bum to be Tobey Maguire. It doesn't really seem like his personality.
But in that timeline, he's in his 40s.
Yeah, but how
like
if there's billions of parallel universes, I'm sure some are similar.
Right.
Yeah. So if we actually saw Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, like, because even the art's off, like, he's very lanky and tall in the animated movie. Tobey Maguire was kind of shortish and didn't have too much.
Well, I gotta tell you, I think because of the success of Venom, that there's a 50-50 chance we're still going to see Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man.
Do you want to know for a fact that
because
he's gone?
Who?
Spider-Man. He's out of Marvel. It's over.
Well, first of all, they're not going to renew it because they made so much money.
It's Sony after that. Do you know how much money they just made on Venom?
I know. That's what I'm saying. They're probably.
Do you really think they're going to keep him in the
MCU
they're not. And lose money? They're going to lose money with him in the MCU.
No, he has Far From Home and another Spider-Man movie, and then
No. Tom Holland has another Spider-Man movie. The Marvel contract is over in July. It's done in July. That's it.
No.
But Tom Holland has to stay on for one more movie.
After Far From Home.
Yes, but Marvel are gone after July. It's over. Far From Home is the last one.
No, it's one more.
No, look it up. I'll send you the link. Amy Pascoe at the event for Venom said that after Spider-Man 2 comes out, that's the end of the deal.
So in other words, they are going to keep Tom Holland with them, or they're not.
They have because it's a contract.
They can't keep him.
The option. They have the option to keep him if they want to, but if they don't, they can get rid of him.
And they could have Tobey Maguire.
He's contractually obligated to stay on if they want him to. He can't say no.
Right.
So I think it makes more sense to revert back to Andrew or Tobey than to keep Tom Holland.
Well, they're not going to go with Andrew Garfield.
You don't reckon?
Because he just opens up his mouth way too much.
Yeah.
Bashing the shit out of everybody.
Gay Spider-Man.
And he just, that's not happening.
Yeah.
He could appear in a Spider-Verse movie where him and Tobey Maguire and go to enlist Tom Holland.
Have you turned my audio up? Because I'm shouting and I don't know if it's quiet.
When you first started, I turned the audio up to the max because we couldn't hear you.
You turn it down now because I'm
No, I haven't. I haven't turned it down, but I will turn it down.
We're gonna deafen people.
Sorry.
That's all right. I don't think
one of our rants.
I don't think there's an option for a fourth reboot.
Okay, listen to me. This is what's going to happen. Okay?
Here we go.
We're going to have Spider-Man 4 because everybody loves revivals lately. So we're going to have Sam Raimi. We're going to have Danny Elfman. We're going to have Kirsten Dunst. We're going to have Tobey Maguire. We're going to have everybody. And we're going to have the guy finally become the Lizard. and it's going to be like nothing fucking happened. And we're just going to have it separate universes. Like they have a universe. This is the third universe of Halloween, and this is the second universe of RoboCop, and this is the third. It's just going to be that universe. And they're going to get married at the end. Yep. One more movie.
But think about this, though. Like the actual.
Not
stuff.
tied to anything.
Tobey Maguire hasn't acted for 8 years.
No, he has.
Well, 5 years, sorry. Great Gatsby.
No, he's been in a movie last year, wasn't he?
Nah.
Voiceover, maybe.
Yeah, but he did like 2 minutes in The Boss Baby.
Listen to me. Hit the gym. So what?
He's like 43.
So what? Arnold Schwarzenegger is 80.
Yeah,
Fucking
but
Harrison
Spider-Man's
Ford
a
is like
very
80.
tight suit.
Listen. Look at John Wesley Shipp.
I love.
He's gonna be. You know, he's coming back as the '90s Flash, right? Yeah.
I always love it when you go. All right, listen. It's basically you go. All right, shut the fuck up. I know what's going on. All right.
And I knew the fucking Flash was coming back. I knew the '90s Flash that was gonna happen.
How?
Now listen, if that fucking crazy ass woman didn't do that cult with the freaking abducting whipping and shit like that, they would have had fucking Smallville in that crossover.
How can you do Tobey Maguire with Venom when he already had Eddie Brock?
You're not.
Separate.
Listen. If Sony was gonna give a movie to Aunt Meg, the Glass Ceiling, and they're gonna fucking give a movie to Kraven the Hunter, a movie to Mysterio, and a movie to fucking the Shocker's mom, right? Then you would have definitely gave a fucking movie to fucking just Spider-Man 4. That's all it's gonna be. It's just gonna be Spider-Man 4. And you don't need you would know what it is. Yeah. You would know what it is.
Why?
Yes.
Do you think
no control? Listen to me. Listen to this deal. Listen to this deal. No Marvel involvement at all. He is free to do whatever the fuck he wants to do. He wants to have one villain, God bless you. He wants to have two, God bless you. That's it. No fucking involvement from Marvel. Free fucking reign. Absolutely love it. William Dafoe come back. He was in Europe, building up his fortune. He had like a healing factory. Woke up in the morgue. Absolutely love it. Bringing the fucking Scarlet Spider in with fucking Tobey Maguire. Oh shit. That would be fucking amazing. Okay?
Wouldn't it be awesome if at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, he gets sucked through some dimension portal with Madam Web, and he wakes up with Tobey Maguire, and it literally fucking leads into this like epic Spider-Verse.
There will be a Spider-Verse movie. There will be a live action. I'm telling you, they may listen. They want Venom money, and they'll get way more if they do it the right way. You do Spider-Man 4.
Yeah.
The way it's supposed to be. It's just in another universe. It won't interfere with anything else. It won't interfere with Venom because that's the current thing now. People are so educated. They're getting it embedded in their brains, multi-universe theory. So like any type of movie, oh, it's a different universe. Okay. So people are not going to be like, oh, I don't understand. Why is it this? No, Spider-Man 4, you will know what the fuck it is. There's no explanation.
Well,
It'll just have the music.
Sony are doing Ghostbusters 3.
Yes.
Which means they're not afraid to go back on the reboot.
Yes. Well,
usually I'd call you crazy, but right now I don't think you're being that crazy.
Yeah.
That's a
Spider-Man 4.
Do you know how many years I've thought about this? Like, do you know how many times I've touched my nipples?
I think about it every
thought
week.
About this. This would be like, you remember the moment that you saw Luke Skywalker turn around in Force Awakens, and you're like crying, and like you don't understand how this ever happened, and you're like, what? How did this day come? How did this ever happen?
I know.
Imagine seeing Tobey rip the shirt open.
I would be bowling in the theater.
Can you do a trailer reaction?
I would be like I would have the fucking handkerchief. I would like this. I'd be fucking. I love you, Tobey. I probably have a Tobey Maguire figure made of just Tobey Maguire looking like a My Buddy.
I'll never forget the day. I think I was like 13, and my mum says to me, "Oh, did you hear that they're rebooting Spider-Man?" And I said, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
What's a reboot?
I said, what's the reboot and what does this mean? And is Tobey going to be in it? And she goes, no, apparently they're getting a new actor. And I said, what? My heart just dropped. I was so upset. Like,
I remember before the reboot word was even, the only reboot word I knew was that fucking crazy ass cartoon reboot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
How upset were you when they announced Spider-Man 4 was cancelled?
You fucking, did you see my videos?
No, this is a long time ago. This is like 8
Dude,
years
I made fucking videos. I was fucking like
going off.
angry. Oh yeah. Fucking, but then you know what I liked? The thing is, and I was like still bitching about Amazing Spider-Man with things going on. I don't like that he didn't invent the web shooters. I'm like, what the fuck? You know.
Yeah.
Even now, Stark gave me like it's like you improve the web shoot. It's like everything is Stark.
So you reckon we're gonna get like a Halloween type thing where Tobey just comes back?
Halloween?
No, you remember with Jamie Lee Curtis? They just brought her back like nothing happened, and it was just like Halloween 2 again.
But they've been doing these things for how long? It's not. See, you forget Superman Returns that's supposed to be a sequel to Superman 2. Like they've been doing these things for a long fucking time, and you haven't seen it.
But
they've been retconning shit out. They're like,
it just seems harder with superheroes.
Listen, they've been doing it on TV like crazy. Roseanne Universe 1, Roseanne Universe 2, Roseanne Universe 3.
You know what?
Will and Grace Universe 1, Will Grace Universe 2.
I'll come to New York and pay your rent for the next 6 years if this news is announced.
Yeah. Don't talk like that because it may happen. I'm telling you right now.
I don't need money.
I bet you. Listen to me. Listen, we have fucking people watching us all the fucking time. I would not be fucking surprised. We talk about this shit tonight. You fucking wake up tomorrow and you see some shit. Sony's pondering a Spider-Man 4 because these motherfuckers watch us.
Well, you do know, let's not forget, 2014, they rang up Sam Raimi and asked him to come back.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And then they did the Marvel deal. But if that deal didn't go through, you might have seen Spider-Man 4.
He's actually, from what I understand, he's interested. So, Sony, give him a ring. Hi, Mr. Raimi. Would you like free control over Spider-Man 4 to do whatever you want? Yes.
It only
Welcome
took
aboard.
14 years. What year would it be? When it comes out, it'll at least be 2 to 3 years after Far From Home. So
I called that shit about Godzilla fucking years ago that they're going to do Godzilla versus fucking Kong. And I fucking named the year and everything.
Really?
Yeah, Chris will tell you.
Shit.
Chris will tell you that's how he saw me for the first time. Like, oh my God, he was right. Yeah.
You know,
so
I think me and you personally have been talking about Spider-Man 4 for about 5 years. I reckon we've been going on about it.
I still collect it, the comics.
Nothing would make my heart happier in life than if we got to see a Spider-Man 4. That is like the one movie that just seems the most impossible and the most exciting. You know,
like I got my wish. I got to finally see Star Wars.
7,
8, 9.
What would
the one thing I would want to see is Spider-Man 4? Yeah,
that
in my own movie, but yeah.
Well, I think there's one more to me that would be next to Spider-Man 4 would be like another Harry Potter movie, like years later.
Well, Fantastic Beasts 2 kind of effed that up because it kind of bombed and shit. So
yeah, but if they bring Harry back, then it'll all be different.
Yeah, but they gotta see. That's the thing. You gotta build it up again. What are you gonna do? You gonna put books out first to kind of build it up, and then
wait 15 years. I got the time.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if we've all got the time, but some of us have the time.
I don't know about you. I don't age, so I don't know.
I don't know. You look a year older, I reckon.
Do I? Probably because I didn't get my hair dyed. I have to go check that out.
From 2012. There's some gray in there.
I didn't get my hair dyed, so I will take care of that tomorrow. No.
I just can't believe that there's a possibility still that Spider-Man 4 could be coming out.
But if you donate to Super Chat, I might get my hair done. No, I don't.
Oh, yeah, true. That $2 didn't help out, did it?
Oh, it did, I'm sure. I think I bought a slice of pizza. I think it got me a slice of pizza. Might have.
Glad I could contribute towards that.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, just
Yeah,
the Spider-Man 4 thing. It really is just shaking my day up. It's my birthday tomorrow, so if they announce it, I'm gonna be very happy.
You'll probably hear of a Spider-Man 4, I'm sure.
I love your overconfidence in this topic.
Absolutely.
How come the Raimi verse? They haven't even tried to continue it in comics. What's going on?
I don't think they're allowed to.
This is like
Right now in the comics,
Yeah.
Spider-Man is back with Mary Jane,
Yeah.
and he's hanging out with the Black Cat.
Right.
And they are dealing with the thieves guild that robbed all the Avengers stuff and everybody's. Even they robbed his web shooters. They have this one that's the head of the thieves guild that they're always in the shadows, but now they appeared at the end, and it turns out that the Black Cat was a member of that, and whatever. They got a big thing. So
Yeah. Right.
So
Well, I'm exhausted after that excitement.
I know. Can't wait. I can't wait till the day we'll be talking about Spider-Man 4.
You're gonna.
That'll be good.
I'm telling you right now, the cast. I will not speak. I'll just join and I'll just sit there.
Well, you know, of course, in the beginning of the cast, you'll be like, "Wow, I told you." I love saying I'm right when that happens, but yeah.
You might be a granddad by then.
Oh, stop.
You might be.
No, you know what though? Honestly, about that, ever since Doctor Who, I would love somebody like, grandfather. I would like that one day. That would be nice.
You reckon that'd be nice?
Just be called grandfather, as long as I don't look like a grandfather.
I don't know. You're getting there now.
Oh, thanks a lot. I think it's the lighting in this living room. I don't know.
We'll get Sammy Carter back.
God. Whoa! Where's he been? All right, we gotta go. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye for now.